Hey everybody, you're watching We the Fandom, where we discuss comic books, pop culture, and the fandom experience. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to see more content. How's it going, everybody? I'm Jacob, and I just wanted to say that we here at We the Fandom strongly and wholeheartedly believe in the concept of equal opportunity. And it's my belief that there are few fictional characters out there who embody this value as much as the great bounty hunter Boba Fett. That's right, a Star Wars character who gained his fame by showing up to a fight and almost instantly falling into a giant sand vagina due to a jetpack malfunction, proceeding to get eaten and never to be seen from again. Now, in Legends continuity, the writers did resurrect him so that he could continue his bounty hunting adventures, though in canon, we have yet to see if he survived that encounter. Now, the title of this video is Boba Fett canceled? And why that question would be asked is due to the fact that last week, a new Star Wars comic published by Marvel came out called Star Wars Bounty Hunters issue number 4. And in this issue, Boba Fett kills someone. And not just anyone, he kills a woman. Now, when I heard this, I thought about it for a moment and just imagined, like, how crazy is it that Boba Fett, a bounty hunter, might kill the person that he's trying to hunt, let alone a woman. I mean, that's just inconceivable. Now, this action seemed to have hurt a lot of people's feelings on Twitter, and to be honest, I kind of feel bad for them. And before we get into that, I just wanted to broach the topic of gender equality in fiction just for 1 second. Why is it that in fiction, men always have to save the women? Men are always fighting the battles. Women, your fictional characters need to step it up so that men don't have to do all the work. You want equal treatment, you got to put in equal work. You can't have the glory without fighting the battles, and you can't become a Jedi Master without years of training. Unless, of course, you're Rey, in which case you can just show up and destroy decades of continuity, but I digress. Let's go take a look at Twitter to see why people are so upset. And the image and these tweets were compiled by Data Racer 117, which you can follow on Twitter if you are so inclined. Now, this is the image. It's just one panel from the comic in which you see here this woman gets shot, and then Boba Fett stands over her corpse and says, "Lash, Valance, been a while. I've come a long way to kill you." Now, a lot of people are saying that he's there to mock her corpse. I actually read the comic, and that is taken out of context. People are also saying that he killed a pregnant woman, and although he killed this woman, she wasn't pregnant, and the actual pregnant woman killed in the comic was killed by someone else. So understand that a lot of these tweets are taken out of context, but at the same time, these tweets are just funny in general. So let's take a look at them. And be prepared for the ridiculousness of these people's reactions to this comic book. So let's see. So Star Wars comics are never going to stop portraying men senselessly killing women, huh? I mean, Boba Fett's a bounty hunter, so it wasn't a senseless killing. It's very much on purpose. I hope the authors of this comic get fired. That's kind of rude. New Boba Fett comic shows him violently killing a queer wok. That's woman of color. And another character torturing a pregnant woman. Basically, they published torture porn for incels in a Star Wars comic. I don't think I'd call it torture porn. I mean, Star Wars is almost entirely always been about war, and bad things happen in war. I'm sure a number of women have been killed throughout the history of Star Wars. So tired of consuming Star Wars stories that make me feel like the men creating them hate me, hate women. Wasn't planning to start the day with a good long cry about Star Wars, but here we are again. Wow, imagine that, not liking a comic book where people write things that feel like go against you, like a whole gender or race or something, kind of like what Marvel's been doing for the past decade. And if you're crying about a comic book, I mean, get a life. Let's see. Yeah, I'm mad. I'm tired of it. Killing more women in canon, especially queer women of color and pregnant women, is not inclusive. It's violent misogyny. These people are very focused on the fact that it's a queer woman of color, which I think shouldn't matter, but okay. And then the not inclusive part. Are you saying it's only inclusive if bad or good things happen to those kinds of characters? Because that's not equality, especially because plenty of men get killed in Star Wars. So I would say it's more inclusive to kill women of color, but whatever. The more Star Wars content they release, the more I feel like they had Rey die and come back to life in episode 9 because somebody on the committee noticed they had a female Star Wars character they'd forgotten to kill. That's pretty funny. Star Wars fan for over 35 years, and I'm done. I'll stick to fanfic from now on. I won't spend a single penny on your misogynistic crap. Fuck you, DLF. I assume DLF is the name of the writer, like their initials, but I don't know. And I would say you've not been a fan for 35 years. If you've been a fan, you would know that in Legends continuity, there's tons of books and comics in which Boba Fett has killed probably hundreds, if not thousands, of people. So to pretend like he's never killed a woman before, you obviously haven't been paying attention. I don't know who's thought it would be okay for Boba Fett comic that shows violence against women. That's disgusting on so many levels. Well, maybe it's because it's about a bounty hunter. I mean, the title of the book is literally called Bounty Hunters. And I'm sure that the bounty hunters don't only hunt men and don't only kill men. We love how Star Wars has barely a handful of canonically queer characters, but they killed off a queer woman of color and then have Boba Fett mock her corpse. Again, these people are ridiculously focused on the fact that it's a queer woman of color. And also, like I stated before, the names he was saying as he stood over her were the names of two different people. So he wasn't actually mocking her corpse. Hashtag Star Wars hates women. This has never been new. The problem with allowing 99% men to create things in your fandom is blatant misogyny and homophobia and racism. So, as I've told people before, nerdy hobbies like Star Wars, like World of Warcraft, like comic books, have always been mainly created by men for men. The audience has always been majority male, and that's just the way it is. But I don't think the fact that it is majority male doesn't automatically create a situation where blatant misogyny, homophobia, and racism exist. It's a poor attempt at a straw man argument. I think LF needs a sensitivity reader. Sensitivity readers, I believe, are a thing where they hire people to like water down stories, like an audiobook or something like that, where they hire a person who's gonna like create a more PC version of whatever form of entertainment you've created. It's so infuriating. I already knew that DLF hates women, but I never expected them to publish something as vile as that comic. Their misogyny is on another level. Again, I don't see how it's misogynist to have a bounty hunter treat a woman the same way that he would treat a man. I mean, he's literally just doing his job. I'm still disturbed and in tears after seeing the snippet of the Boba Fett comic. Damn it. Let's get rid of that. Makes me rethink my commitment to Star Wars as a whole. I wish I could separate the stories I love from the disgusting, racist, misogynistic content, but I don't know. Again, if these people were only looking at that one snippet of the comic and didn't actually read it, then, I mean, even then, you're doing a poor job of taking it out of context. It's so sickening to see something that I loved that helped me during dark times continue to hurt me and side with bigots as I get older. The irony of the writer of said comic tweeting against Comicsgate while writing such a toxic and misogynistic story. Lucasfilm finding every way to showcase how much they hate women. Yep. Women love Star Wars too, so stop treating us like garbage. I'm not going to do the clapping thing. I fucking hate it when people do that. But, I mean, Disney Star Wars has spent the last 3 movies as well as the TV series like really focusing on women. So I don't know how they've been treating you like garbage. I've never canceled a subscription until today. Very disappointed this book made it to market and seeing how many it's affected. Women deserve better. And I'm also curious as to why Boba Fett is killing lesbians. Because Boba Fett doesn't discriminate. He's a bounty hunter. He kills whoever asks to be killed for money. I've never felt so uncomfortable reading Star Wars. And now that it's had time to settle, I'm nauseous. If anyone needs to talk, my DMs are open. Who are you to think that people are going to come to you to talk? Because right now you just seem like a weirdo who, like, I don't know. I'm not sure what exactly your problem is. If you get nauseous from reading a Star Wars comic book in which a bounty hunter kills his bounty, you may have some type of mental issue. So they killed a lesbian Rose lookalike and tortured a pregnant woman, forcing her to miscarriage on purpose. I am so disgusted right now. So they didn't torture a pregnant woman. And again, it doesn't matter that they killed a lesbian. They just killed a person. The pregnant woman in question, by the way, was trying to escape someone killing her. And in the process of escaping, I guess, yeah, she miscarried, but it wasn't, nobody tortured her. So hashtag Star Wars definitely hates women, huh? It's just what it feels. Okay. It's that same woman as before. I'm emotionally broken and exhausted. Today hurt. It hurt so many of us, and it doesn't feel like we have any power to do anything. But I told my team earlier that we have to keep moving forward if we're going to fight. I have to take my own advice. So this lady is acting like, again, Boba Fett just doing his job as a bounty hunter is somehow instigating a war on women, on all the women of the world. And in her delusional belief, she has caused herself to have some type of mental breakdown. In a way, I feel legitimately bad for her that she lives the life that she does, but at the same time, you're reading a comic book. Hashtag Star Wars hates women, like we need any more examples. That is pretty excusable for men to kill women. Why even pregnant and LGBT characters, for God's sake? That's wrong on so many levels. Wow, the fact that they hate women cannot get any more obvious. Yeah. I think the majority of people would agree that these people have a lot of issues. I was able to point out the silliness of the issues that they had, as well as the fact that most of them didn't go beyond looking at this one comic book panel, which they then proceeded to take out of context. I mean, Star Wars has done so much in the past, like 6 years, to focus on women and bringing them to the forefront of Star Wars. I would say to the detriment of the story. And it's made for and by people like this who focus solely on surface level characteristics that are things you can't change about yourself. Like they focus on the entire fact that it was a woman or was a lesbian or was a lesbian of color. And it's like, why are you focusing so much on those things instead of the fact that it was just the character that got killed? Like the belief that representation is so important has gotten to a ridiculous level that people are seemingly having actual breakdowns over the fact that a woman of color got killed in a comic book by a bounty hunter. If any of you guys don't really know anything about Star Wars and don't really know anything about comic books, I can see how this topic might not interest you and how the tweets of these people might just seem like bizarre. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that a little bit, make fun of these people. If there's any pop culture topics you guys ever want to hear about, please leave a comment below and let me know. If you guys are new to We the Fandom, please hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, despite the content, please hit that like, and I will see you all next time.